Okay, so we're gonna write a program where we put in a hexadecimal value and we get the decimal value as an output. Okay, so like the following you see on the left, like if we put in that value in, we should get the value on the right. Okay, so if we put in A, we should get 10. So let's start by setting up our scanner. Okay, so we're gonna set up a string and we're gonna ask to put like a value. Okay, so let's call it actually let's call it value, and this will be scanner dot next line. Now it's our character that we're going to be focusing on. Let's call it hexa, and this will be equal to character dot to uppercase, just in case our user puts in a lowercase value, and inside it we're going to access our value and take the character at 0. Okay, just in case they write in like a very long like letter. Let's say they write ABCD in lowercase. What we're going to do is set everything to uppercase and take the character at the first index. So if it's A, B, C, D, hexa will just take an A. All right, now we have everything set up. We're going to write down an if statement. If hexa is greater than A and hexa is less than F, okay? Because if you remember when I talked about characters, they have a special number hidden behind each of them. Okay, so if you're confused about how this works, watch that. But pretty much, there's like A represents 65, for example. So this is saying if hexa is greater than 65, because oh yeah, and equal to. Good thing I was talking about this. If hexa is greater than or equal to A or less than or equal to F. Okay, because so B C A B C sorry A, B, C, D, E, F, they're all greater than A, and they're all greater than or equal to A and less than or equal to F. Okay, because there's always a hidden number behind the character. All right, and then we're gonna add an else statement. Else if our else if is gonna be whoops. We're gonna check if our character is a digit. Okay, is digit, and we're gonna put in hexa here because if you see the numbers from 0 to 9, they're not gonna uh, fall into this category. It's going to be false here, but we want it to be true in this category. So we're going to check if, let's say, a character of 2 is considered a digit, which it is. So this is going to be true. All right. So the else if part is going to be the easiest. We're going to write down hexa as a decimal is hexa. Okay. So let's say if you have, let's say, 8, it's going to be 8 as a decimal is 8, which is correct. Okay. The hexa of 8 is decimal of 8, but the hexa of A is a number. This one is where it's going to be tricky. So we're going to start by writing a character integer. Okay, and this is going to be our decimal number. So what we're going to do is pretty much get our hexa, because remember there's a hidden number behind it. Okay, we're going to force it to become an integer. Then what we're going to do is subtract it by 65. All right, and then add it by 10. All right, just this is the formula to figure it out. Okay, because so let's say we know A is going to be 10. All right, so if we force A to become an integer, it's going to return 65. Okay, so the character of A is equal to 65, and we know A as a hex of A as a decimal is 10. So 65 minus 65, that's 0, plus 10, so that's 10. Okay, and then we're going to write a print statement. We're going to write hexa as a decimal is, and we're going to write down decimal num. And then let's close our scanner at the end. All right, so this is our code, and let's actually run this. Oh wait, I didn't write a introduction statement up here. All right, let me just write a quick statement up here. Enter a value 0 to 9 or from A to F. Oh wait, I think I should add an else statement just in case they put like a number like 11 or something. Else oh, and I think I should add like an extra statement because I need to make sure the numbers stay between 0 and 9, and okay, so let's see how would this work. Wait, let me first focus on the else statement. Invalid. Okay, so now let's try and fix this statement. Actually, you might forget it. It's not, let's just run it first and see how it works. Okay, enter a value. Let's say we put in A. A has a decimal 10. Okay, that's good. Let's put in 6. 6 is a decimal 6. Okay. What if we put in 11? Okay, it's gonna take. Oh, okay, never mind. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm taking the first character, so it's not gonna even, so like things like any number greater than 9, it's not gonna happen. Okay, so sorry, I got confused for a sec. Okay, so if you like put in 100, it's gonna this line of code, make sure that it only takes the first number. So instead of 100, it's just gonna take 1. All right. Well, let's see what it happens if we put in C. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, let's see what happens if we put C. All right, looks good.